A year ago, maybe almost to the day, you were signing with Alabama.
Yes, sir.
What's it like, being uprooted, by your choice?
Yeah, it's been a great opportunity since I've gotten here. Definitely interesting things are happening back in Alabama right now with Coach Saban retiring. But coming up here to Pitt's been a great opportunity, meeting a bunch of great people, getting a new fresh start. In a great offense with Coach Bell, which I'm really excited about.
Was your coach in Alabama part of the reason?
No, before I when I entered the portal, I had no idea that Coach Saban was retiring, so it really didn't play a factor in me entering the portal. I just wanted a new, fresh start. I didn't really see myself, growing in the ways that I wanted to at Alabama, and I knew that I needed to, pursue other opportunities to grow the way that I wanted to, and Pitt was the place for me to do that.
Part of being in the portal is doing your own research, looking into places where you might fit. What did you learn about Pitt when you were researching this program?
Just the great culture that Jake was talking about. There's culture not only in the locker room and in the building, but in the city of Pittsburgh. I've had some family members that have lived in Pittsburgh, and all they talk about is how great the people are in Pittsburgh, and it's how the culture kind of is similar to the South. Everybody's really inviting. Everybody wants to help each other, put others before themselves, and that's something that really interested me. And and looking into the offense was something that I wanted to do. Just what the quarterbacks have done in Coach Bell's offense. They're throwing it 30, 40 times a game. Got 300-plus passing yards, but they're also running the ball themselves is something that I wanted to do. And they score a lot, which sounds really good for a quarterback.
Pitt has two quarterbacks coming back that have started games before for this team. It's kind of recruiting grades. What were they telling you when they were recruiting you about looking forward in that?
Just coming in and just learning as much as I can. We're going to go through spring, see what everything goes with that. But I just got here, so those guys are definitely going to be in front of me because they've obviously played, have playing experience. So I'm just going to come in here, learn as much as I can, grow as much as I can, because there's a lot of things that I want to work on in my game, and I feel like Coach Bell, Coach Narduzzi, and everybody can help me in that aspect. So I'm just going to learn as much as possible and work on perfecting my game.
Is that offense much different than what you're used to?
Yeah, in Zachary, back home at Zachary High School, it was a really balanced offense. I was throwing maybe 20, 25 times a game. I think the most I've ever thrown was 30 times a game, but we had a really good running game, which we were able to complement with each other. And same thing at Alabama. We had a really good run game with a really good pass game that complemented each other. I've never really thrown it 30, 40 times a game, so that's definitely something that I'm going to have to get used to, and I'm really, really looking forward to. And obviously the run game is going to come with that, so I'm really excited about that as well.
What are you doing to speed up the learning curve? What can you do with that?
Just throwing constantly with guys, with tight ends, receivers, just going over the offense. We've gotten a packet of what the offense is going to look like for just a brief kind of packet of what it's going to look like. So just going over that as much as possible, making sure I know it like the back of my hand, making sure I'm watching film of myself throwing, speeding up footwork, quickening up my release, everything like that.
I know you're only there for a year, but how valuable was that year of learning under Nick Saban and all those coaches and great players and teammates with?
It's as valuable as it gets. You got to be in Coach Saban's. Last year, he put a lot of commitment, a lot of effort into that team that year, and I had the opportunity to be the scout team quarterback, so I was going up against in my opinion, the best defense in the country, every day for a couple months. So I got to get better as much as I wanted to. I got to learn from Jalen Milroe, who had a fantastic year. I got to, learn under Coach Reese, who's a great offensive coordinator, and just got to learn as much as possible. Learn what it takes to, be a champion, because they're always champions at Alabama, it seems like. So I got to see, the work ethic that, you do in the weight room, you do in the film room, in school, just what the entire staff has to do to take that team to the next level.
Who was an easier quarterback for you to emulate when you were on scout team, Jaden Daniels or J.J. McCarthy?
I would say, yeah, I would say KJ Jefferson is a big one that I had to do. I was live for that week because he's just a big old strong guy that can run, and I've kind of similar to. I'm not as big as him, but just a big guy that can run and throw. And I got popped a couple times here and there. Some big dudes coming to hit me, so it kind of brought me back to what football was really like. So that was a lot of fun.
How do you think that experience of learning from guys you said that they're champions at Alabama so frequently? How do you think that can maybe help you as a leader on and off the field?
Just knowing what it takes to be a champion. Just the work ethic that you have to have, the commitment, and what you're doing on and off the field is going to be a big thing to make sure we get to being a champion.
You said you've been throwing with guys, trying to throw a lot, develop that chemistry. Who have you been really developing chemistry with, and what do you kind of think of some of the pass catchers you've been working with so far?
Everybody's been out there throwing, from the entire receiving room, the entire tight end room. Running backs are getting out there as well. So I'm just everybody's building a relationship and chemistry with everybody. So it's not really certain guys. It's the entire room is getting better and getting better together, which is most important.
Who are some quarterbacks that maybe you looked up to growing up, and maybe is there anyone you try to model your game after, and more stay true to yourself?
Growing up, I always looked up to my brother. He was a quarterback at St. Thomas More in Lafayette, Louisiana, and had all types of state records, school records, state championship records, and he was always somebody that I was striving to, be as good or better than. And he taught me almost everything I know of, how to throw a football, being a quarterback, and everything like that. So he's definitely somebody that I've always, looked up to, strived to be. But now, looking at like NFL quarterbacks, college quarterbacks, I feel like I kind of familiarize myself with Josh Allen. Just a big quarterback. He's not afraid to run the ball and not afraid to run through somebody, which I kind of like. It makes me excited watching him play like that. He's always able to make big plays with not only with his arm but with his feet. Get the ball out quick, has a lot of velocity and a strong arm and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun watching him, and I try to do as much as he does as I can.
What's the challenge of joining the quarterback room where there was, both guys started last year and they went back and forth, and now the same thing with Jake, you guys are learning a new offense with while you're walking these now?
Yeah, I mean it's not much of a challenge right now, because we're all learning a new offense. We're all kind of somewhat on the same playing field because of it's a new offense, but those guys have played, they know what the expectation here is at Pitt, with Coach Narduzzi and everything. So obviously they got an upper hand right there, but we're all on the same playing field with a new offense. So it's going to be a lot of fun, this off season learning the offense, and in spring what we're going to be able to do.
You mentioned Josh Allen, so can Pitt fans expect to see you using your legs that much?
If yeah, I like to run the ball. I'm not afraid to run the ball. Did a lot in high school, which was a lot of fun for me. But it's within Coach Bell's offense. And Coach Bell always talks about, hey, if you don't have what you want, take off. You can run too. It's not just you have to sit back there and try to find somebody to throw it to. You can take off, and I'm sure there's going to be some design runs, just zone reads, stuff like that, which is something that I've always did in high school, and so I'm really looking forward to that.
You mentioned family a couple times. Just how important is family to you, and how important were they throughout this entire process of you coming here to Pitt?
Family means everything to me. I've always looked up to grandparents, pawpaws, dads, uncles, brother, just how much family is involved with each other. My entire family lives in Baton Rouge, so I was around them my entire life. Just going to games with my uncle, tailgating with my family, going to each other's houses for pretty much everything. We were always together, so I'm always going to take in consideration what they think, and just my job or my goal is to just make my family proud. Take the Holstein last name to the next level, and kind of just do the best I can to honor it.
What did you lean on them during this process as well, when you were going in the portal and obviously eventually deciding to come here to Pitt?
I leaned on my dad a lot with this, especially my brother as well, because, my dad was a punter at LSU. He knows kind of the whole college football landscape, but it's a little different now. But my brother was at Louisiana Tech, so I'm always communicating with them, seeing what they think. I would always bring my brother on some recruiting visits when I was coming out of high school, kind of seeing what he thought, because he had been through it, and he was kind of like our little lie detector kind of guy. He kind of knew if people were being honest with me and stuff like that. So it was really easy to get some information from my dad and my brother on what I should be doing and what I should be looking for in a program.
Did you use that lie detector on you at all?
I'm sure he has a little bit. He's probably gotten me in trouble with it a couple times.
What have you told your family about Pittsburgh?
It's a lot like home, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know why, but 20 degrees here feels like 40, 45 degrees back home. I guess it's something to do with the humidity, So it's not as cold as I thought it would be, but it's still definitely cold. But we got a lot of great food up here. Being from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, I got high expectations on food, especially with how good my mom can cook. But I got a lot of great places to eat here, a lot of great things to do. You don't have to just sit in your room and do nothing. You can go out and do some stuff, have some fun with other people and some teammates, and just how great the people here are. I haven't met one person that's been rude or anything like that. Everybody's helpful, always putting other people before themselves, and just want to help out as much as they can.
What's your brother and your dad's name? How much older is your brother than you?
My dad's name is Scott Holstein, and my brother is Caleb Holstein, and he's 22. So he's about 3.5, 4 years older than me.
So you got to play football?
Yeah, he's at LSU right now and trying to get into med school. Getting some interviews right now to get into med school.
You arrived here, and an offensive coordinator was just hired right before you came in, and he's out on the road recruiting. How have you been able to build a relationship with him since you got here?
Yeah, obviously over the phone. He's been texting the entire quarterback group chat. Kind of keeping up with us, telling us what we need to do. Throwing wise, getting guys out there and throwing. But on the weekends, he's here, so we're able to see him, spend some time with him and everything like that.
How's it been for you just building a relationship with your skill guys? You've got some new guys coming in with you, but also a lot of returning players at receiver, running back, tight end. What's that been?
It's been great. With the news guys, I've kind of similar to them in what position I'm in, coming in as a new guy, so we've been able to bond over that. But all the guys that are older and have been here for a while, they've all taken us in, kind of shown us the ropes, show us how things go, and just everybody's come together pretty much.
A little bit. What else has surprised you the most about Pittsburgh since you've been here?
I will say how good the food is. It definitely surprised me. There's a lot of great places to eat around here. Didn't have high expectations, I'm going to be honest with you, coming from the South, and some great food, but I've had a lot of great things to eat around here.
The commitment photo was taken in the snow. Is that the most snow you had seen from
That was the first time I had ever seen snow. Me and my little sister, we got to take a picture in the snow, and that was our first time playing in the snow. She got to throw a lot of snowballs at me, got to throw it at my dad, hit his back a couple times, had a lot of fun. But yeah, that was me and my little sister's first time ever experiencing snow and seeing snow.
What's your sister's name?
Her name is Mary Grace.
Mary Grace?
Yes.
Eli, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.